Okay, hello everybody. I'm going to warn you right now, I am still really sick, so my voice sounds like crap, and I'm going to try hard not to cough into the mic. Going to wait to make sure the stream is working. Let me know if the audio is working and all that other stuff. Of that super awkward openings to all my streams where I'm trying to wait for the audio to appear. To cough into the mic. Oh, okay. All right. I guess it's working. So I am going to start by doing this from scratch. So I have a brand new MemCard Pro 2 and a brand new memory card that a couple of different people recommended this is the one to get. So I linked to that one. Actually, I linked to everything in the description. Now, just my strong opinion here, if you already have a micro SD card lying around, just use it. Try it. Worst that could happen is you have to do this process again, which doesn't seem like it's very complicated at all. But this is the exact one I was told had really good compatibility, and it comes in different sizes and stuff too. So I'm going to use that one. Also going to open this up. Yeah, just try not to stab myself. Ta-da! Unboxing. Brand new MemCard Pro 2. I got the matte black version just to match the PlayStation 2. And I will start with the basics. Hey, Thanos is here. Thank you. So when I inevitably screw something up, you could be here to help fix. So anybody that's been following my channel knows that I've been talking about doing this live stream for a while. Then I just got a nasty cold and everything kind of had to fall to the wayside. So I realized that Modern Vintage Gamer did a video this morning on it. I didn't know that. This isn't like clout chasing or anything, and it's actually not how I roll anyway. I just kind of do my own thing. So I'm not at all trying to take away from him. Although I will absolutely take bouncing off whatever algorithm I can from him. But this was completely unintentional. I've been talking about doing this for a while, including mentioning it in the podcast. And while I do talk to Demetrius, I really didn't know anything about this. So, all right. Only thing I'm doing off camera is getting the actual micro SD out. And then I will start with the setup. Now, I watched Tito from Macho Nacho Productions video on this right when it came out. It was the one that I had a video on. Let me grab my little cheat sheet that I totally stole from Tito. And all right, I'll switch this over in a second here. So, Lord in Black, when it gets pop support, it will be perfect. Hey, Rent, actually, you were the one that told me about this specific memory card, and then a bunch of other people confirmed as well. So thank you, Rent. But Lord in Black, when it gets pop support, it'll be perfect. So pop starter support in itself is far from perfect. And I'm not crapping on it. I mean, it's awesome. But if it does get it, you're still going to have the same shortcomings. So, you know, there's still room for a real PS2 optical drive emulator. But I don't think it's as big of a deal as it would have been a couple of years ago. All right, I'm going to switch over to my desktop view. Is storing and launching PS2 games from the hard drive still the fastest? It's got, all right, so it depends on a couple of things. It first depends on what model PlayStation 2 you have, because the model I have is the 3000 series, and those work well. Some work better, but some work terrible loading games from the memory card. That's definitely a big part of it. But also some games might load slower, but I don't know if it'll be any slower than the original disc. So we'll definitely check some out today. Matisse was currently modifying the driver of MMCE to support Pop Starter. That's badass. Wow, thank you. All right, so I have that brand new micro SD card, which I don't know why that says. Oh wait, that's my other drive. Let me So H. I almost formatted a backup of my videos. That would have been horrible, but kind of funny if I messed that up on stream. So okay, we're just going to start this. Oh, that's right. I have to close all other Explorer windows when we do that. Okay. So that was all we did. FAT32 format. I should probably leave a link to that in the main post, but yeah, I'll leave myself a note. So here is my little cheat sheet. So format the micro SD card FAT32, and then we're going to go into this SD card, and we are going to just drop a bunch of stuff in. Zombie Master, it's quite a lot of differences. You might want to check out Tito's video on that as well. I need EXFAT. It has to be EXFAT. All right, see? This is why I need you all here. I'd like to blame myself being sick for this, but I think we all know I just make a bunch of mistakes. That's how I learn, though. I'm switching views just so I could add some notes to my other thing. EXFAT. All right. Okay, so we're going to go back and do this. Format. EXFAT. Okay. Open that back up. So, EXFAT. Yeah. Matei said Deckard models, the 75XX, use cheaper semiconductors for the SiO2 bus, which is why you'll see lower performance. That's, I knew that there were performance issues, but I didn't realize that's what it was. Thanks for letting me know. Hey, BB Fan Fun, is this you? Is this like the you? Just checking the, honey, do these pants make me look EX fat? That's funny. All right, so next thing we're going to do is MemCard Pro 2. We're just going to dump this stuff in. Obviously, whoever makes these uses a Mac, which is why we get this crap in our zip files. just kidding. And I think that's basically it. So I think after that, I'll just double check my... insert it into the PS2 and give it a moment to update. So we're going to eject. I will throw this view back, light back on, and oh, thank you, Spencer. It's really nice of you. All right, so we're going to insert this, power off the PS2. I just powered it on to make sure there were no issues, because that's my luck, by the way, is we get to this point and realize my PS2 died. So I turned that on beforehand. Here's an original memory card. Okay, I'm going to plug this in, and I'm going to try to get this focused properly so we can see a little update thingy. Not that it's a big deal. You all know what an updater looks like, but, why the heck not, right? And power it on. Oh, Rick, I don't know why I forgot that, but thank you for reminding everybody. For ISOs that are greater than 4 GB, it needs to be EXFAT, because the FAT32 format can't read bigger files than that. Thanks for the reminder. I'm an old man. I grew up during this era when this was a big deal. I should have remembered that. I'll blame the cold for that one. Hey, Ronnie, how you doing? Well, I think after this stream, you're probably going to open it up because this is really cool. BB Fan Fun, thank you for all your work. Seriously, this is awesome, and I'm really looking forward to trying it. I haven't had time to try it at all. I talked to Thanos about this right when he first released the beta, and I really wanted to try it after seeing Tito's video, but life just doesn't allow that sometimes. And I got smacked in the head with a brick of a cold. Thanos, this is the one that from the last shipment from Stone Age Gamer, the December shipment. Wedgroth? Wedgeroth? I'm so sorry. What games do you speedrun? I don't know how bad my voice sounds to you all, but hearing it, I think I sound awful. Really sorry for the nasally weirdness. Oh, that's cool. I sound 35-ish. I feel 65-ish, probably older. This is a 256 gigabyte micro SD card. Um, so yeah, 2 terabyte limit. That's kind of what I thought. Somebody in one of these streams once recommended like Fisherman's Helper cough drops, and I bought it half thinking they were trolling me, and it truly works. So I'm gonna definitely have that one. Okay, so that's all working. That's all working. Let me power this off and put it back in. Power off. Turn off my light to save it. Okay. Oh, try not to kick my camera into my XM29. I will never be able to afford to get one of those if I crack that screen. Okay. Let me just check another quick thing here. Oh, BB Fan Fun. I was confusing you for BB San. I'm sorry. I really am shot. All right. So the next thing that we do, put the micro SD card back in and create DVD. What the heck? Windows, stop it. DVD and CD folders on the root. So that's super easy. Okay. Go into the PS2 memory card 1 folder, and we're going to overwrite that file. Done. That's easy. Okay. Copy games in. Okay, so I wanted to try something as I'm copying these games in because I knew this was going to take a while, and I didn't want to bore everybody on the stream to death like I so often do and don't mean to. So now that we have 4 minutes to kill, let's go here and let me use the original memory card with FreeMcBoot that I had connected to my PlayStation, and let's load a game over RetroNAS so we can see the difference. That way I don't waste anybody on the stream's time. Yeah, BB Fisherman's Friend, that's exactly it, yeah. Fenris, I have so many friends that use Linux, and I want to use it so bad. There are just so many things that I do that you cannot do in Linux. So I would have to use some kind of very complicated thing, like virtual machines, and I don't know. It's just one of those things that it's. I rely on my computer so much that I'd be really afraid to do that. I'd have to have a second computer, and I can't afford that at all. All right, so MVG. I'm not talking crap, by the way. Demetrius is a buddy. I respect the hell out of him, but he did forget a couple of things. and some of the settings that he had done, I guess he wasn't able to get certain games working. So I want to try those on RetroNAS, and then I want to try those on the MemCard Pro 2 with the correct settings and see if they'll load. And because we're essentially hacking a PlayStation 2, there's a good chance that none of these games are going to work, or some of these games just won't work at all, but we'll see. Continue. Yeah, we'll never have that problem again once we switch over. Um, maybe later. Maybe later. Does the MMCE work just as well as the MX for SIO cards? I have never used those, but from friends I have that own those, supposedly this works better on both the MemCard Pro 2 and the other one that Tito talked about. Got any recommendations for the best profiles to use for the Tink 4K plus PS2 over component? Um, whatever's on that micro SD or whatever's on the SD image already. I'm not sure if this game is not loading, so let me just check the profile while we wait. Yeah, any of these. The ones that I used a lot were the wobbling pixels, razor sharp ones. But I'm just going to leave it in generic mode for this video because just cause. Okay, so Jax did not work over RetroNAS. It sort of worked. Jax 3 sort of worked, sort of didn't. So I'm going to try another game because those games are still copying to the SD, although it'll be done soon. Matei said MMCE should be faster than MX for SIO because MMCE is using the bus as intended. MX for SIO used to tie the ACK line to ground, messing with the SIO2 bus timeouts or something. Excellent info. Oh, Matisse is EL Isra. They were behind Arcade and Prototype Magic Gate for both MemCard Pro 2 and SD to PSX. Well, thank you for your freaking awesome work. All right, so one more over the network. Here we go. Let's try Kingdom Hearts. And let's see if we get stutter and stuff like that. I'll turn the volume up a little bit on this. Hopefully it doesn't come blaring. Yes. We're about to never have that problem again. No, it's the opening sequence that stutters, right? I don't have to like play the game for an hour to get to the stutter parts. So this is RetroNAS, by the way. We haven't, the game's just finished copying to MemCard Pro 2. Oh, we got stutter, right? I can't hear it, so everybody watching is going to have to confirm for me that we're stuttering. And Neo, one thing they notice is that I created a CD and a DVD folder, but when it comes to the game list, they're all bunched together. So why the need for separate folders? It's as simple as some PlayStation 2 games came on CDs and some came on DVDs. So it's an easy way for the software to differentiate which ones to load. So that's really it. I'm sorry, I'm covering the mic with both hands when I cough. So what about now with the game audio? Okay. I'm going to let it play just a tiny bit longer, just so we'll have something to compare to the MemCard Pro 2 after the fact. All right, I think that's a perfectly fine example. Now, one thing I should note is that I am using RetroNAS wirelessly, which only a crazy person like me would do. But for the games that I generally play, I've never had stutter from. Like, I love Outrun. I never have issues with that. You know, when I get footage from Grand Theft Auto. All right, so let me do a couple of things. So here, powering it on. Okay. Oh, cool. We get to see the full boot. Okay, so here's the important part, right? Now, we go to open PS2 loader, and here's what MVG missed. And once again, I'm not talking shit. I like Demetrius a lot. He's always been great to me. We all make mistakes, and I make more than everybody else put together. Just saying, this is why his video didn't work right. You gotta go to the MMCE settings. So MMCE start mode has to be auto. Wait, this is interesting. They're already set to default. Okay. Weird, but this is something that you should know anyway. So what if the new image is perfect? What if some settings get messed up? We should go through this no matter what, because it's if you ever have problems, this is what you need to verify. MMCE start mode has to be auto, not anything else, just auto. So it already was. Same with the MMCE slot. Wait cycles after ACK low is 0, and timeout alarms are off. Interesting. So Thanos, I'll link to all of this in my post, but is this different than what? Is this just like MVG was using a slightly older one? Yeah, let me double check that I have it in this. Yeah, so the VMC for Free McBoot that's right here linked in the description. Um, that's the one that I downloaded. So there's nothing else on here. I mean, which is a good thing. And so anybody who follows this guide is going to have it all already set like that. That's pretty interesting. So my guess is MVG must have had a slightly older version. Huh. Neo, yes, off is recommended. Well, I'll leave this page up for a second in case Thanos wants to chime in, but that's pretty cool. No, Aknot, I'm worse. I wake up every morning getting worse than the day before. Well, I still will take this over whatever the hell I had last year. I've never been that sick in my life. I just get hit with one thing after another after another. My doctor retired, so I had to get this shitty bottom feeding doctor that probably would have never been a doctor if there wasn't a doctor shortage, who told me I was lying about a cough I had for 3 months, just trying to get drugs when all I wanted was cough syrup for this nasty cough. I finally found a good doctor, but last year was just the worst. Well, I mean, I think we're all good. So if Thanos doesn't want to chime in with any changes, I'm going right in. We don't really need to save changes, but I'm going to do it anyway. Oh, yes, Basbo. Anybody who has friends that have kids in daycare, that's it. Like, if there ever is a zombie apocalypse, like, Resident Evil or style or anything like that, or The Last of Us, it's going to come from a daycare. All right, so exit. Uh, wait, no. Yeah, we just go back one. Okay, let's do Kingdom Hearts with the correct settings. Yeah, Nate, it's rough too, especially when the doctor I had for 20 years was ridiculously good. And then I just went to somebody who should have never been allowed to be a doctor. And then, I found somebody else that's also good. But yeah, it's scary. My luck isn't as bad as Rich Whitehouse, though. Some of the doctors he's had, like, probably be locked up for how they treated him. I feel so bad for what that dude goes through. On the last live stream, he talked about having a symptom that the doctor was like, yeah, that's not a thing. And he's like, well, what is wrong with me that I'm showing you to your face right now then? So if you notice, it didn't complain about memory cards because with this setting, the MemCard Pro 2 just automatically creates a virtual memory card for every game. You never, ever, ever have to worry about that.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real? Or not?
By the way, I think I missed a super chat. Thank you very much, Rent. I like chai tea, so I got both caffeinated and decaf. And I don't know if that's good for a cough, but I got local honey as well. Because I get allergies now, too. The older I get, Coderkind, this is a 3000 series. But you're correct. It's going to absolutely matter if which one you use. All right, so here's over the network. What would be in-game reset on this then? The stutters for bypassing the YouTube copy protection. That's funny. Does brand and type of SD card used make a difference? Absolutely. I linked to the exact one I'm using, not just because I got to pimp out affiliate links wherever I can, but because I actually do want you to get the right ones. However, I will say my very strong opinion, if you have a micro SD card, just try it. Worst thing that could happen is it just doesn't work or it stutters or something. So just try whatever you have. But if you're looking to get another one, that's that's the one to get at the moment. Or I think they have the same, if you click on that link, we should have larger ones available too. Thanos, if you have a specific cluster size you want me to try, no problem. I'll try that out.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like,
Coder
is
kind,
any
both of
this
those that you
for
have should be
real or
excellent
not?
compatibility. 5,000 and 7,000. I'll slap a post together as soon as I'm done with this live stream. That'll have all that info in there. So just check RetroRGB.com 5 minutes after the stream ends. Into let's troubleshoot my wireless network stream. I don't want to go down that. So my fellow nerds know how ADHD I get. So it's we'll just avoid that. All right, so why don't we just reformat the memory card and see what sorry. Oh. The cough's gotten worse, so every time I cough it hurts more than it did last time, so I'm just trying not to. Ugh. Okay, so we're going to go SD card formatter. Windows. Right. And all right, Thanos is telling me just copy the game first, so he might be working on something. We'll see. Create the DVD and CD folders because that's not going to matter for any parts. Basbo, it's right in the description. Hey, Pepe, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. So Wayne, not every version of the PS2 Slim is going to be slower. MVG wasn't wrong about that, but there's certain models are better than others. And once again, I'll have the post. Um, that'll be up very soon, as soon as this is over, basically. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna turn the volume down so I go blow my nose. Okay, I'm back. I'm still alive, sort of. All right. So Thanos, should I just continue and going by loading the other firmware and all that stuff? I'm gonna go ahead because I can always just delete it if not. Yeah, Spasmo. All the links are in the description, both the MemCard Pro 2 as well as the actual micro SD. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead. I don't know if it's gonna have to do a reinstallation, but we'll find out. All right, so it was already on the latest firmware, so the MemCard Pro 2 auto-detected that, and instead of reinstalling the firmware like it didn't need to, just stopped there, which is excellent. That's what we want. All right, I'll just copy the last stuff back over. All right, so we just have to go back into the PS2 folder, delete that one, new one here. That should be all. Coder kind, I cannot confirm nor deny. Nope. Coder. I know I've said this before, but I remember when Thanos first sent me info on the original MemCard Pro. I was like, oh yeah, that's great. I'll buy one. I'll do a post about it. And that seems neat. And then when I actually got it, I was like, holy crap. Screw a post. This needs a video. This is great. And I just could never have imagined that it went this far. So kudos to everybody who worked on this. J Dash, it's not going to be a copyright strike, but they would demonetize the video. But I don't make any money, so it's it's way different for MVG, who's got a sponsor. That could get really messed up if he has to take his video down. Or if I got to take down this live stream, it's not the end of the world. Okay, try it again. Lodi, thank you. I am going to add that to my notes.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, Is any of this for real? Or not?
Yeah, Matisse, so Bitfunks is run by one guy who steals more from retro gaming than every other cloner. So even if the product is open source, every version of the PlayStation is the same. So it's not fair to say PS2 Slim, PS2 Fat. You have to actually check the revision for it. So for the PS2 Slim 7000 series, be really good for a lot of this stuff. However, for the others, might not. So it's not as easy as saying, oh well, you just got to make sure to get the a fat instead of a slim. It's not. It's not like that. All right, so we try the in-game reset. Okay, that's really cool. So I'm going to copy some games over and go fill up a glass of water. I really wish it was a glass of whiskey or something, but I'm not dumb enough to do that when I'm sick. So I'm just going to go in. I'll just copy all of these. I will be back shortly. And I can run any other tests if you want to. Like maybe I run Clona 2 when I get back from the network. I don't know. Well, I'll be right back. 5. Radius or clone. Hey, Sinchobi, how you doing? Gradius is only 386 megabytes. Is that a CD? I'm gonna drop it in the CD. Hey, Sam, how you been, man? Good to see you. You just also got a Memory Card Pro 2. I'm testing on a fat 3001, same as I have, with good if mixed results. Cool. Yeah, thank you. Oh, and thanks everybody. I guessed correctly. All right, this is network loading. Wired network. I didn't go back to wireless. Yeah, they're all ISOs, Rent, but thanks for reminding me. Yeah, Mark, that should be a good one. Well, I'll turn the volume down now, just on the game, just in case. Neo, it's very possible. Well, I should rephrase that. It's very possible if some people are having the issue and others aren't on the same memory card and the same model PS. Sure, Thanos, I'll do that in a second. So for Gradius, am I just, as long as the game works, that's all I'm testing? All right, thanks, Neo. All right, well, we're definitely playing it over the network here. So everything finished copying, so I could switch over to the MemCard Pro 2 now. I'll do Gradius first, just because why not? We're doing the side by side, right? And then I will go to redo Kingdom Hearts with the new settings. Okay, Coder. Well, I'll try that with this one now from the micro SD. Yeah, but I'll put the sound back up in a second. I didn't want it to go blaring out. Okay, not a good sign. Yeah, okay. Let's see if the IGR still works. Yeah, okay. Well, let's keep going. I have to manually reset. Okay, thanks, Sam. The taste 300001. Does it have the iLink point aligned with the lower USB? Hold on, I will check. Let me try to launch. What was the other game? It was Jax 3 or Jack 3? Yeah. That did load over the network. MPG had issues with. Yeah, so I have two USB ports, and then the top USB port to the right of it, that other port, the iLink. All right, Jack still crashed. So MVG's video wasn't far off. And this is a brand new feature. And I don't want to. I'm sure this is going to come out wrong, but I think everybody needs to remember this is a free upgrade to a device that was never supposed to be able to do this. So while, of course, as nerds, we all want to try to, get compatibility up and get everything working, it's very important to remember that you're running games off of a memory card emulator. That's incredible. So, So Thanos said that Jack 3 needs modes 2, 3, 6, according to the compatibility list. Um, does this still, if your PlayStation 2 is connected to the network, does this still have the ability to do a network update so it automatically downloads the game settings? Sam got Gregory Horror Show and Adventures of Cookie and Cream loading. What happens? If I screw it all up, I'll just format it. This is the good thing about starting from scratch. Okay, update failed. Well, let's just try a couple more games then. Uh, wait, now options back. So Thanos, you were saying modes change. Which modes? Mode 2, 3. Okay, try it now. Okay, that works. So, serious question. Zero sarcasm here whatsoever. No negativity, but just an honest question. If I didn't have you awesome people in the chat, how would I have ever known that's what you needed to do? That's kind of the only issue I have with stuff like this. Like, um, is there any databases? Is there anything out there that people could reference? I thought there was, but I'm completely drawing a blank. My head feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds. And I'm part Romanian. I'm used to having a giant head. All right, well, this is obviously working. Oh, one of the, I just tried to do in-game reset, even though one of the things I just disabled was in-game reset. That's funny. Moron. All right, I'll do a manual reset. Compatibility lists are useless. Too many variables to make it consistent. I could see that because it would be you'd have to worry about PlayStation revision and game and way of loading it. Yeah, I get that. Maybe the issue is just having separate updating people loading off of the memory card. So when people like have open PS2 loader, you're doing memory card loading, it automatically downloads different settings. I say that, but I have no idea how complex that would be. So. Yeah, Steffi, Dan, that's why RetroRGB started, because I couldn't find any info in one place. It was on scattered across the internet. So RetroRGB really started because I just wanted to play Genesis and Super Nintendo and RGB, and then that just was a rabbit hole that never came back. All right. Thanos, didn't you mention something else for Kingdom Hearts as well? Didn't you want me to try one other setting or something? Yeah, I did that tension. Let me try my network settings though. Network settings. It should just be auto, right? See anything else with mode 6. Okay. I'll try network update again just to see, but I'll try mode 6 right after that. So, Matesh, should I do 1 and 6? And is it Matthias or Mateus? Because I have a friend that spells it, or a buddy that I did an interview with that spells it similar, but also, who knows what I'm getting wrong? I'm the worst at pronunciations. You all should have heard me when I was trying to learn Mandarin. Uh, my friends just appreciated that I was trying, but I'm sure they were giggling inside. I'll try it like this. Isra, you got it. Right, play, see what happens.
I've been having these weird thoughts lately. Like, is any of this for real? Or not?
What do you all want to see next? Any other particular game? And to Isra, to Thanos, is there anybody that, or is there anything else that you want me to test? Because really, this stream was just, I mean, like I accomplished the goal of the stream already. The show everybody how to set this thing up. More importantly, how easy it is to set this up. Compare some games over the network versus this. Go from there. Okay, Clone of 2. Thought that ran fine already. Is the Tekken 5 intro a known issue? See if I have it. Gran Turismo 4, you got it. I'll also check for Tekken. I don't, Joe, I don't have the original. Prince of Persia stutter is something completely different. Yeah, I don't even want to waste time testing that. No disrespect, just saying. Okay. Loader. Sam said his experience was that creating a new save file is very, very slow. So let's see what this. My buttons aren't working here. Controller's definitely plugged in. Is this what you meant by it takes a long time? Yeah, none of the buttons are working right now. So maybe that was, I have to try mode 6 for that. Just replug. Okay. Unplug the controller, plugging it back in. Oh, that's all it was. Okay. Feels like we're loading something off a PS3. Okay. Yeah, Shadow Mask, the always a turnoff for me. I always have had like no time to do anything. I always overbook myself. So like the moments I have to sit and play a game, if I have to wait 40 minutes for something to load, I don't want to play it. Mark of Cree, I'll see if I can get that one. I mean, it seems to be working. I was supposed to let the FMV run, what an idiot. Just a quick reboot. Hey, Wobbling Pixels. How you doing? Good to see you. Game compatibility is exactly what you would expect from open PS2 loader. There's often things that you need to tweak to get it to work, but it seems pretty good. Just so I'm going to switch mode 6 on to disable the in-game reset. I don't have to do the plug thing anymore. So I just leave this on, right? Yeah, Wobbling, I decided to wait for the beta stuff for this exact reason, because I didn't want to do a live stream showing a beta just to have a bunch of people complain about it's not working. So I wanted to wait till it was a public release. But this is solid. This is something that's worth your time, especially if you already own a MemCard Pro 2. So I've never sat through this ever. I have no idea what you're talking about. Hey, what's up, BB-san? How you doing? Tim, you're saying DMCA. What happened? What happened? It looks like the stream is still up. I think it's still up, right? let me, I turned the audio down because I saw somebody joke about DMCA, and I'm like, what the hell? The stream dead? All right, I'm going to copy a couple more games over and I'll go from there. It'll only be a minute or so. Mark of Cree was the next one. Just it says a minute and 20 seconds. So not a big deal. You guys got me. That was funny. I'm watching the stream through the OBS window so that when I do, I'm watching the chat and the stream. So when I do the desktop stuff, you don't see that, like, looking through a infinite tube effect. So I didn't see if the stream was up or down. I just saw DMCA and I was like, oh, crap, turn the audio down. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't imagine the stream's going to stay up, but ugh. Checked. I don't mind if this is demonetized. I don't make anything off of YouTube anyway. It would suck if it got taken down because there was a lot of good info at the beginning of just a very quick walkthrough of this. But, All right, Mark of Cree. Here we go. Lord in Black, thank you so much for the super chat. Much, much, much appreciated. Am I supposed to leave this playing, or do I skip through and try to launch the game? Ragnarok, I'm going to have a post up immediately after the stream. It's like a cheat sheet of what to do. It's super, super easy. But visual examples are always nice. So, if you want, just skim back to the beginning for the setup.
The one of darkness. An evil spell with no purpose but that of destruction. Before it could be invoked, stolen and broken into 6 separate parts, 6 lines, 6 incantations. The spell, however, was dark and powerful, and not easily destroyed.
Yeah, I just turned the audio back up. But Sam, is this what you wanted to see? Just the intro?
Scattered about the world in 6 separate locations.
Okay, skip the video intro. Just try playing.
For years, my master had trained at the side of Baumusu.
Play enough of the game to see it freeze and load into.
He had
Okay.
become a fine swordsman, and his training
This is
was
a
now
3000
almost
or
complete.
30001 series fat
But
PS2.
why train if he was to
I'm
stay
just
in the
going to keep
safety of his
repeating.
home
In the
forever?
context of loading games like this,
Master was
it's not
restless.
fat or
It
slim.
was
There
time
are
to move
many
on,
different models
time
of
to take his
each,
first step
and that's what
into
you need to pay
manhood.
attention to. The actual
His
motherboard
muscles
revision, or
yearned for action.
the
His
console
heart
revision.
sought adventure. His sword craved combat.
All right, so is this where it froze? Wait, no. Okay. All right, so there was like a weird freeze at the beginning, and then it kind of froze. Well, it took a little while to
You want
save.
to train, boy?
It seems to be working now.
Simple, yet important is defense. To defend against a strike from any direction.
Okay,
just
so
hold
Sam said
R1
Cree is an
button.
interesting
Try it
example of the
now.
kind of pause to load and pause to save you could expect via MMCE at this time. So yeah, that makes sense. I think what's happening now is I just
Now let's beat on the dummies.
because the
The
controller
key to
isn't
the
really working.
craft is in learning to exact your strikes.
Or is this the freezing that
To
you're
do
talking about?
this, you must use the right analog stick to direct your.
Remember, I can't hear the stream because of the way it's set up, so I just um well, I'm gonna load up my favorite PlayStation 2 game. Oh, sorry. Attention, check the links in the description. Hold on, I gotta blow my nose again. Oh god, I haven't had a cough that hurt this bad in a year. I don't think the last, yeah, I don't know. Seems to hurt a lot more. So, if there's anything else that, yeah, I already did that. All one word in lowercase. I did all the tricks. I've been tea with honey, everything. So, same thing. Long times to create game data, which is fine. Oh, that do the thing again? Uh, Neo, when they power up the PS2, it goes straight to the browser, no longer free boot. Do you mean you just don't see that anymore at all? Like you don't have the options for Open PS2 Loader, or it doesn't auto boot into whatever you want? Trying to read the chat while driving. Or whatever. I'm also playing through the OBS window. I mean, I think this right here is a decent example of what to expect, right? When it was accessing the save game file, it took a lot longer. Everything else seems like using a disk. I think it does, Brent. Then you gotta go here. And it's not true 16:9. It's that weird in-betweeny thing. I forgot who did a video on that. I think it was GameSack. Joe did a video on the different widescreen modes of certain consoles. How they weren't all matching up to what you think they were. It's a great video, actually. Pretty sure I wrote a post about that. Joe, that depends on the version of PlayStation 2 that you're using. Not just fat or slim, it all depends on the actual version. So I'll just try one more round of this just to see, but I think we're pretty much done. I mean, this is exactly what I expected. It's an awesome, completely free feature that works exactly as you would expect. You're going to run into all the OPL stuff that you'd run into no matter what you use to boot. And while a true PS2 ODE would, be a little bit better overall, it's still plug and play. So. Lord in Black, that's exactly what it is. And we're running in 480p mode, so the intro. And just generic settings, no custom profiles. I can't tell you how many times I've played the first level of this game for footage and videos. I should be flawless at it, but I always am like capturing through the OBS window or something, or I wonder if I take an edible later, it'll numb me out enough so I'll cough less and it'll hurt less when I do. I wonder if it'll mess with my immune system, make me much, much worse. I've actually read up about that, and there's equal studies for both. Equal studies that say even just CBD actually affects your immune system. So equal amount of studies that say it's a huge help. oddly enough, allergies really helped. Never thought that was a thing, but anti-inflammatory for muscle stuff, sure. But I don't know about a cough. All right, well, I think this is about it. I mean, this is about as amazing of a solution as you can imagine for something that you just got completely free. Now, as you can see right here, that already, it's created the own game ID. I don't know, this is really awesome. I really like it. Adam Smith, Lemon Hall's cough drop in my tea? That I've never done. I will definitely try something like that later. All right, well, this was awesome. Thank you so much for everybody. Thank you for the devs that worked on this for hanging out. That was really cool. It's also very intimidating because when I make mistakes, it's way more embarrassing when the dev team's with me. But, still really incredible. Thank you to everybody for hanging out and testing this. And I just really, really enjoy having stuff like this. Now there's so many options to load games for my PS2. And I think this is going to be my #1 first go-to of it. And I think after that, I'll do RetroNAS. But I'm still going to have my RetroNAS for backing up the games anyway. So I think that's going to be pretty awesome. All right. Well, you're all just the best. Thank you for everything. And yeah, I will see you all at the next one. So links to everything you need is here. And check RetroRGB.com in like 5-10 minutes for a post summarizing all of this. That way you have everything you need and you don't have to sit through the whole thing again if you just join later. But thanks again. I'll see you all soon.